Welcome, welcome. Come on in. This video is all about no more war. I don't agree with war. I don't want the distance between you and me so that violence is justified. I want to channel my violence towards positive change, not death. The world, nature, already creates enough strife, earthquakes, floods, landslides. There's enough going on in this world without us fighting each other. Isn't it time we evolved? Over the last month, since doing this video, I've watched a conflict between Gaza and Israel turn into a war. I watched the Ukraine and Russia turned into a war. I wonder what's next. We've already had world wars. Are we going to keep repeating what we've been doing? Or are we going to do something differently? The world seems to be different now. We've had a pandemic. There's so much struggle, the realigning of superpowers, the increase in terrorism, the mass shootings. It seems like a far more violent world. And yet you and me, you watching the video and me making the video, we watch these events unfold, often remotely. And a friend sent a post to social media that summed it up, and it was like, it's not like we're going to do anything. And I thought, yeah, it is like that. I'll watch it on TV and it becomes horrible to watch, and I turn it off. I'm not involved in it. I could go and fight in a war. I don't know that I'd be any good. I think I'm a little bit too old for that. I could go and help medically. I could donate money. This video is about me trying to make something that I can say that will make a difference. The Gaza war is one I don't really understand. I understand the history of it, but I don't understand what the conflict carries on. A guy called Gabriel Maté has done a video on this conflict, and I'll put a link at the end of this video. It's a really good perspective on the history and how what we do is what we do. Do recommend you watch it. It gave me some valuable insight. So coming back to war and no more war, what are the casualties of war? The truth, knowing what actually is happening, who's right, who's wrong, and who dies. Mostly it's people that didn't create the war. Mostly it's people that are just like you and me, the civilians. We're the ones that die. We're the ones that get maimed. Our children. No one wins. Except people who make weapons, except people that want institutionalised violence. That's not how we need to be. Here's an idea. Let's change our mindset. Let's change what our culture believes is okay. And let's look at Me Too movement. The Me Too movement came about because women were predominantly just sick to death of power and control with the force of sex. And a lot of it was hidden, and I suspect still is, but there's been a big shift. There's a big shift in how people are treated, and it's just one example of how a lot of people can get on board with an idea and it changes and shapes our culture. I want you to be part of the solution. So my idea is that I reckon that maybe 3 and 8. Let's do 3 and 8. So every 8 people, 3 people are going, no, I don't want us to do war anymore, ever. It's not part of who we are as human beings. It's not what we believe in. We believe in kindness and compassion and caring. There's enough violence going on without fighting each other. So how do we change that? Well, there's a petition called No More War. I'll put a link in the description. Go and sign it. You sign it. You tell everyone else that you know, sign it. What happens? We estimate probably 2 billion signatures. There's 8 billion people in the world. That's a lot. If we create that, and if that becomes something everyone talks about, what do you think world leaders will do? What do you think people who create wars will do? Do you think we'll create a shift? Do you think the psyche of the world will be different? I do. It may take years. It may be not in my lifetime. However, I want to at least do my bit, at least say I stood up and did something, rather than just watching it on TV. And please, go to the description, sign the petition, pass it on to your friends. What's it going to take? About a minute of your time? If that minute changes the world, isn't that worth it? Thanks for watching. See you next time.